Touchdown.
We're here.
Welcome, everybody. This is the No Politics Podcast, the most dope, the most real, the most must-listen wrestling / sports / music / whatever the fuck we want, but mostly wrestling podcast in the podcast world. And I am one half of the team, your host, Working Genius, here as always with my co-host.
Thinking no moves, baby. I'm in the spot. What's up? Most must-listen podcast in the podcast world. You heard it here first.
Point blank, just like that. And we're here coming off of the WWE Raw Fastlane pay-per-view, and we got a lot to talk about. If you're here, I'm sure you've already seen the results, but if you haven't, spoiler alerts, they're coming in hot. We're gonna start right off with, I want to get into the main event.
Okay.
A lot of strong opinions, a lot of mixed opinions. I don't even want to waste time with the undercard.
Okay.
I think we gotta get these thoughts out right here, right now.
Let's do it.
Cause it's the topic of the night right now.
The main
Goldberg
event
defeats Kevin Owens. He is the new Universal Champion. What do you think about this right off the bat? Go ahead.
The main event is very interesting and definitely a hot topic. When we was actually watching the pay-per-view, you had texted me during the Charlotte and Bayley match, and you were like, Goldberg versus Kevin Owens, it's going to be 5 minutes. And we still had time left in the night, probably at least another half an hour. And I was like, okay, laugh out loud. I don't even know if I responded to you back, but in my mind, I was like, probably. And basically, by the time the match came, it was already 10:55. And Goldberg was taking mad long to walk out. This was one of his longest walks to the ring. It was crazy, right? And I had text you. I was like, you were fucking right. 5 minutes. But all in all, Kevin Owens, I guarantee tomorrow on Monday Night Raw, will say at least he lasted longer than Brock Lesnar.
But
So that's his one claim.
except you mentioned that to me. You texted me, Kevin Owens is trying to make sure he lasts longer than Lesnar, but he didn't actually, because they said that the bell didn't even ring the whole time he was outside the ring. That the bell hadn't officially rung yet. So when he got in the ring, the bell rang.
Damn,
And
I
then
didn't
Jericho's
even peep
music.
that.
So he lasted 10 seconds, actually.
They fucked that whole shit up then. They look, they should have called me. I would have let them know, ring the bell, let him step out for a little bit, and the ref what's going on? Not even counting. Then the rest start counting. He get in the ring, and then jump right back out like he did. You know what I'm saying? Come on, you could have did it a little better. Come on, but damn, if that's the case, yeah, the bell rang. He was looking at him. Jericho's music hit. Spear, jackhammer, over. What else is there to talk about? Spoiler alert.
Listen, you said they could have done that better. In my opinion, they could have did this whole thing better. We talked about it on the last episode when we were making our predictions. There was just so many routes they could have gone with this. From Jericho, from Joe, from Lesnar. There were so many routes. And the interesting part was that I remember texting you when Stephanie mentioned Joe being involved in the main event and how she wanted to make sure it didn't happen. I texted you saying it seemed kind of blatant. Why even bring that up? And then I thought to myself, I remember writing a caption on our Instagram at No Politics Podcast. Follow it if you've not already. I made a caption that said, I'm thinking it might be a red herring. So they're just putting it out there to distract us from something else because it was too obvious. And then we had Heyman backstage at some point get interviewed, and I'm thinking that's another blatant kind of thing. That's too obvious. And at that point, I realized they're just using them as red herrings to throw us off. Yeah. And then who comes and not even interferes, but whose music hits? It's Jericho, who was also on the table the entire time anyway. He was definitely on our minds as well. But They could
I
have.
just
They
wish
could.
he would have came out still selling, like, being hurt.
Yeah,
Like, at least with some crutches. Not the whole neck brace, but with some crutches, like, and then
yeah,
take one of the crutches and point it at him, like, and then turn around, spear. You know what I'm
you
saying? Like,
you were
yo,
real
WWE.
imaginative.
I've been down with the network since day one. Holla at your boy. I got some ideas.
I think so many people would have liked to see this go differently. I think some people like to see might have wanted to see an actual match a little bit,
Yeah.
and I mean we're not really gonna get that from Goldberg at this point, nor at really any point in his career.
Yeah.
So
It's
this is
over.
like his style, like you mentioned earlier to me.
Yeah. Yeah, like I was saying earlier to you before we started recording, that match and Goldberg winning just literally summed up his career for like as a champion. Because in WCW, although I was a little kid, but as I got older, I'm a student of the game. I went back, I watched matches, I watched documentaries, I watched things. I know about his career. He's always destroyed people. These are the matches he's always had. Anytime he's had tried to have long matches, he's hurt people. He's gotten tired. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not to say he's not a good, trustworthy wrestler or anything like that, but that's his style, that's his character. Plain and simple. And I see a lot of people complaining about that. It's fast matches. Not only that, he's old. He's an old time. He's a part timer. You know what I'm saying? This is like his last run. Why would you even give him a championship title? But it is what it is. That is the sum of the character Goldberg. What happened tonight is Goldberg.
And I absolutely agree with that. See, I did read some comments complaining about the length of the match, but that wasn't my issue. I'm not upset about the length of the match. That, like you said, that's Goldberg's kind of match, and it's just straight dominance. My problem with it is that you're putting the title on it. That's my problem. This is the man you're putting the title on, and he's not gonna be here too long.
Yeah.
And Lesnar, and to defend against Lesnar at Mania, neither of these guys are gonna be around that
Yeah.
much. And the worst part to me is that it's at the expense of Kevin Owens, or at the expense of any of these younger guys who I think, like a guy like AJ Styles, not like younger, but anyway, like new to WWE or actually full-time wrestlers that, especially in AJ Styles' case, carried the WWE this past year.
Yeah.
So I think a guy like him should be in this main event spot. Someone like that, someone that really's been around. Like, not that they haven't been around, like they've done their shit back in the day, but this is build stars is my thing.
And
Build
the thing is, like,
stars.
not to just, dwell on SmackDown, but, they're saying, oh, Bray Wyatt, who's he defending his belt against in the main event? But we all know it's SmackDown's main event. The real main event of the night is the last match, and that's going to be Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar.
Exactly.
And hopefully, Bray Wyatt and Randy or whoever he faces, the match before that main event, steals the fucking show, because they're only going to have 5 minutes left in the night to do something anyway. So you could technically say SmackDown will be the main event and Bray Wyatt will be getting that spot.
Well, no, I would say at this point it's probably likely, like you've been predicting, Orton's going to win. WWE showed me tonight that by having Goldberg take the title off Owens, like, it just showed me there's no hope in Bray beating Orton at Mania.
Yeah.
But let's not talk about that too much. Let's get back to this Fastlane card. Is there anything left to say about this Goldberg Owens match?
Nah, not really.
Some people might have hoped that they would actually get into a little bit of fighting, and maybe we'd see Lesnar. We didn't see that. We didn't.
Yeah.
Just Jericho. just.
I was surprised. One thing to say about the main event. I was surprised that some of the crowd was actually chanting Kevin Owens sucks.
Were they?
Yeah, you didn't hear that? When he was standing on the apron, about to get back in the ring, he stopped, and some fans were going, Kevin Owens sucks. like right back. I had like on some John Cena shit. It wasn't crazy loud like John
Yeah.
Cena, but like I heard it.
It was a very mixed crowd tonight. I remember texting you that I heard boos for Goldberg. There were some people booing Goldberg. You know, I guess fearing the inevitable Goldberg Lesnar for the Universal Title match at Mania. So I heard some boos for Goldberg. I heard a lot of Goldberg cheering. Like,
honestly, for me, I'm not surprised that it was a mixed crowd because the pay per view before WrestleMania, for it to even be in Milwaukee, that's a weird spot to even do the final pay per view like before. I would think you would try to hit a main city like, I don't know, not Chicago because Chicago always fucking tries to hijack the fucking show. But like, you know,
New
Detroit.
York does it too, though.
Huh?
New York kind of does it too, though.
Nah, New York, we play along.
Bro, we did the wave for like 10 minutes
last year. Yeah, we did do the wave like 20 times in a row. That they had to cut to they had to cut to commercial, and JBL started doing the wave with us.
Yeah, I heard they cut out the whole thing. But good times. Anyway. So yeah,
but you know, I thought they would go
Chicago that much.
But I thought they would go to a main city. That's all. So it was a kind of split crowd.
Go ahead.
The main event, it is what it is.
I think the crowd being split. I mean, you could see it like if you just go through our Instagram comments. Those comments are split. You know what I mean? We had some people calling him Oldberg, you know, hoping he didn't win.
Yeah.
Because it's obviously at the expense of Owens. It obviously means Goldberg Lesnar. Like, then there were people saying like, yeah, Goldberg. I've always been a fan of Goldberg. Like, you know. So.
And you know what? With you bringing that up, good thing you remind me about that we got so much traffic on our Instagram due to this main event and the outcome of this main event. That just shows WWE aren't completely fucking, the people running it, Vince McMahon is not completely fucking stupid because it's working. Look at all the freaking traffic that we're getting from it. You know what I'm saying? It's work. People are talking. We're buzzing about it. Yeah, so that's what WWE's aiming for, is that shock factor, that it factor, that controversial factor, the thing that's going to make people talk. You know what I mean?
Speaking of controversy, speaking of buzz, speaking of just wanting to make people talk, whether or not it's good or bad, let's talk about the Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman match. Roman Reigns is the epitome of WWE just wanting to make people talk.
Yep.
Whether good or bad, you make noise for him. Roman Reigns defeats Braun Strowman.
Yeah, Roman Reigns defeats
absolutely clean.
He clean. Now, I said I thought Roman was going to win. I don't remember. Did I say he was going to win clean?
You actually said that one of them was going to win clean. Before you even chose a winner, you were like, this match is gonna be clean. And I was like, no way.
Yeah.
Because if Reigns loses clean, that doesn't happen. And if Strowman loses clean, that's terrible for Strowman.
But I ultimately decided on Reigns.
You ultimately decided Reigns would win. Whether it was clean or not, I'm not remembering.
Okay. Now, with that being said, the only reason that I decided Reigns to win clean this pay-per-view was because I want this feud to move on to WrestleMania. That's the only reason for me. I wasn't fucking... people might think we have some inside scoop and stuff with the WWE or something like that. No.
We don't know
I was literally taking a shot in the dark and hoping that if he does win clean, it goes to Mania and Strowman gets the win at Mania and it looks good to build another star. We all, hear the rumors. Roman versus Undertaker. We all expected him to come out tonight. He didn't. I'm personally happy he didn't. And I just look forward to seeing what's going to happen tomorrow. But all in all, if we're going to talk about the match, I wasn't mad at the match either. I thought for Strowman and Roman to be in that ring, and, I'm used to seeing Roman with a ring general. And thinking like maybe Strowman might have to be with a ring general. You know what I mean? Roman kind of took control of that match. And they had some dope spots. I specifically like Strowman jumping off the fucking turnbuckle. Like we said, he's one of the fucking biggest monsters who are actually fucking agile. And he took a clean fucking smack on the face to the mat. Like, Big Show, If he gonna jump, he gonna land because he ain't hitting that mat face first like that. Like he gonna hurt something. You know what I mean? And
Maybe not anymore because Big Show be looking good these days.
now
You
he's
know.
looking good. Yeah, surprising. Like
Nah, but
I'm
continue.
happy for him. You know, that's good shit. Shouts to Big Show. But also the one other spot, like at the end when he bounced off the rope and he went like that and he swung at Roman and Roman ducked under and bounced off the other rope and then he swung again. Roman ducked under and bounced off the other rope and then he fucking just bodied him and laid him out on the floor. I was like, whose idea was that? Because I don't know none of them to be ring generals. That was a dope spot. Something different. Like I haven't seen from either of them.
Reminded me of Nia Jax from Raw this past Monday night. She did the same thing to Bailey.
Well, no one cares about that.
No, but I understand exactly what you're saying. We talk about it all the time. Reigns generally is with a ring general. He gets his spots off, during the comeback. But yeah, I wouldn't necessarily call Strowman a ring general as far as we've seen. And yeah, I was interested to see how it would go. And I was impressed with the match too. I expected a hellacious type of match. I expected a lot of collisions and people being thrown, and I thought it was dope.
The announcer spot.
That was exactly what I was gonna say. Man, and like you could tell Strowman put like extra into it to make sure the table fell, and he like fell flat on Reigns. Like Reigns took some impact on that. That looked tough.
And let me also shout out Reigns not wearing those fucking like army fucking boots and wearing actual sneakers. That I feel he was a lot more agile that he needs to be with the sneakers. I don't know if it's just me, but I really did feel like that. And on top of that, those sneakers were pretty fire. They look like some Y3 Adidas high end joints.
I did notice them too, and I was like, I thought they looked dope. I was like, I wonder, is this the first night he was wearing them? Because I didn't remember seeing them prior. And I was like, oh, that's a cool little look, cool little new look.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was more agile. I think you're just talking shit right now.
Nah, he was running a lot more. Even when the match started and Strowman threw him, he rolled mad cleanly and got back on his feet like, what's up? Like, I don't know, but that's how I felt. So, fuck you if you don't agree.
when Reigns won clean, one of our commenters, best_in_the_world 0903 said, I blame the shoes. That was one of my favorite comments we got from the night.
Yeah, that's right. Someone else also commented and said Strowman Empire instead of Roman. I fucked with that comment.
Was it Spooningham?
Oh yeah, Spooningham. Shout out to him.
Shout out to Spooningham. But yeah, a lot of people. Let's talk about the result. Let's talk less about the match, the result, because the result is what has people kind of upset. Roman winning clean. What do you think this does to Braun?
To Braun?
I personally don't think it does much to Braun. Braun
it doesn't do much, but if they're not going towards Mania with this feud, then I'm worried. Like, what the fuck do you have for him? Who? What?
That's exactly what my worry is.
Who? We don't fucking know.
That's exactly my worry too. And someone mentioned in the comments, maybe the Andre the Giant, like really the Battle Royal. Like, come on, like you can't see. They're gonna find someone for Roman regardless. Whether it's Taker, they're gonna find a big name for Roman to fight at Mania, without a doubt. It's Braun who scares me. Like, if you're not having him fight Roman, we didn't see Taker tonight, so maybe there's no Roman Taker. But I don't know if you saw Raw talk afterwards, but they were talking about what will it take to beat Roman, and Roman was like, it's gonna take both rosters, like talking his shit, I guess. But so maybe that's maybe that still leaves room for someone like Taker. If they're building up Roman this crazy to go over Strowman clean like this. Like, it's got to be Taker. Like, who else? But I personally, I was upset with it because you built up Strowman. This was what I was afraid of when building up Strowman. You built up Strowman to have Reigns beat him clean. Reigns is the first guy to pin him.
Yeah,
rather than building up a guy. When you build up a guy, You should build him up, and then when you're gonna finally have him take his first loss, make it to put over the next guy. You know what I mean? Make it to put over the next up and coming guy. You know,
And
and do it like that, like NXT does. You know, Bobby Roode's
yeah,
now undefeated until maybe Shinsuke and him go back and forth, or until the next person comes up. Asuka's undefeated until the next person's gonna come up. Ember Moon, never been pinned. She's probably the next person. You know, like shit like that. Like
yeah.
basic. This is basic shit to me. Like this is basic shit you should know at this point when trying to build people. That's
I
my
agree.
thing. You built up Braun, and Roman is the one to take him out, and it's like, come on.
I agree completely with you, and that's why the outcome does scare me as well when you put it like that.
Yeah.
But I just hope, and this is just me, as a fan, really, 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 really like believing in WWE that maybe they will continue this feud because this is only their first match.
That's true. It's the fact that it was clean that leaves like no question. You know what I mean? And when there's no question, when there's no controversy, it could make it less likely for the feud to continue. This kind of situation reminds me of like, how Undertaker's streak was built up and then Lesnar is the one to be put over by it. Like some people didn't like it, some people were fine with it. But it made sense because Lesnar went on to be champion for a while after. So it made sense that.
And at least Taker's streak was like 20 fucking years long.
Yeah. Now, speaking of broken streaks, I've been killing it with the segues.
You killing it. Hey.
I'm killing it with the segues. Speaking of broken streaks, Charlotte's pay-per-view streak was on the line tonight as Bayley's Raw Women's title was on the line tonight. And
no
Bayley
one
retains.
saw it coming.
Bayley
No
retains.
one.
Nobody saw this coming.
Nope.
Because it just seemed like why end Charlotte's streak at Fastlane?
I know I made it a point to say Charlotte's streak is going to end at WrestleMania, and she's not even going to be the one to get pinned.
There you go.
I made it a point to say that. But Bayley winning, I'm not upset. Charlotte had to lose sooner or later. 15 pay-per-view straight is impressive. It's about time. It makes it easier for Charlotte now, not having that pressure and not having that whole thing hanging over her head. Whoa, you win it at every pay-per-view, but then you lose it at Raw.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when the match finished and Bayley did beat the streak and got the W, I text you and said she's gonna lose it tomorrow on Raw anyway. Joking around, but if that shit comes true, call me motherfucking Nostradamus.
Faking Nostradamus out here. Okay. So, alright, for me, wouldn't it be... Okay, this is what my thoughts were immediately after. I wasn't upset. It was a dope match, I thought. I wasn't upset by, Charlotte not winning. I personally love Charlotte, but I'm not mad at this. I might even like it better because even though I didn't want the streak to end at, Fastlane, I might like it better because, like you said, it just kind of gets it out of the way. It's a big win for Bayley. One thing I do like about the Bayley-Charlotte feud was that it was consistent for the most part. Bayley just has her number.
Yeah.
And the one time she didn't was, at the Rumble? When Charlotte beat her. And Charlotte had to fight a hell of a match to do it as well.
And didn't Dana Brooke help her?
No, I don't think so. This is the match where Charlotte hit her with the natural selection on the apron. It was a dope little spot. I don't think Dana Brooke was a part of it.
Okay.
But speaking of Dana Brooke, the first thing Charlotte did tonight when she came out was she sent Dana Brooke to the back.
Yeah.
Which ultimately you can make the argument that cost her tonight because Sasha got involved.
Yeah.
Which was kind of...
And then Stephanie wasn't in the building. Stephanie's
that was the very next thing.
Kind of been involved in this whole women's storyline as well because she doesn't really like Bayley.
Exactly.
So I'm saying motherfucking Nostradamus over here, man.
Here's
tomorrow Stephanie's going to be there.
Exactly.
She's going to make a rematch because she's going to say Charlotte fucking did the bold, honorable thing by sending her help back and not wanting any help. You know what I mean?
She's going to phrase it just like that.
Yeah, and she was like, and you did the coward move and you had Sasha come out, and guess what? Stephanie specifically last week was like, "You're not gonna come out because you're gonna have a match. You can't come out," like type shit.
Yep.
Probably thinking that Nia was gonna hurt Sasha badly or something.
Exactly. She was banking on that.
But basically, if you watch the freaking pay per view, Sasha got the win. So it's interesting.
Yeah, Sasha coming out, it just wouldn't this. I just got this idea, which it won't happen. But wouldn't like the ultimate payback for Stephanie be that she puts Bayley in a match with Sasha for the title?
Word.
Like tries to put them against each other. And, like, all right, you guys want to ruin this, whatever.
I wouldn't be shocked if that even happened either.
If that happens, not just tomorrow, but in the coming weeks before Mania, because what that'll do is if they're setting up this fatal four-way for Mania, it kind of, puts another piece in there. To cause some friction between Sasha and Bayley. Cool. Good match. It is what it is.
I really liked, just to not just speak on the outcome, but the actual match, I really liked how Charlotte took control, like, the first, 7 to 10 minutes. Like, she was putting it on Bayley, and I was like, yo, that's it. Like, she's winning. Like, there was no doubt in my mind. But Bayley came back. Bayley has some offense, too. She dropped her with the elbow, all that, like, but eventually, she needed Sasha's help.
Yep, Stephanie's not gonna be happy about that. I think Mick Foley's getting fired tomorrow, bro.
Right?
He's gone tomorrow.
We've been actually, both of us have been talking about how they've been hitting at that, and how Foley even was saying, like, oh, I know my days are numbered, like, it's obvious, he said on Monday. And, I'm hearing, not to, jump all over the place, but I'm hearing that he's going to have hip surgery, so someone is going to have to take his place. And the whole Daniel Bryan, I'm hearing his baby's going to be born, so he might take time off. And someone might even replace him on SmackDown. And one of the candidates I'm hearing,
Teddy Long, player, huh? Who?
Kurt Angle. Teddy Long.
Bro, you built me up for that one. You had me anticipating.
But I don't know. Kurt Angle, and one of our commenters, he said that he saw that Kurt Angle. There was reports that Kurt Angle was in the airport in Milwaukee today.
Yes, I believe that was Cody Campbell 20.
Cody Campbell,
shout out to him. He was going back and forth with me a lot throughout the night. So shout out to him.
But who knows? Maybe he'll be in Raw tomorrow. He wasn't at the pay-per-view, but maybe tomorrow Raw.
That would be crazy. And I mean, who knows? Maybe Taker's at Raw, if not on SmackDown. Who knows what the fuck is happening? There was nothing. See, nobody. There was so many potential things like Lesnar, Taker. Joe getting involved. And I'm surprised that Stephanie mentioned Joe getting involved, because that kind of makes you feel like, so Joe and Owens are a thing. Why else would Joe get involved? Or maybe it's just the idea that Joe likes to make an impact. But either way, it put it even more in my head that Joe and Owens are a thing. Stephanie knows Joe and Owens are a thing. Who else would know? Who else would have that inside info besides, Stephanie, wifey to Triple H? Triple H is writing his plans and his notes in bed, and who's right there? Steph. She knows. So I'm thinking that maybe that comes up tomorrow too. There's a lot, because nothing really crazy came up tonight. Who knows what the hell could happen tomorrow? And tomorrow is officially the start of the last stretch into WrestleMania. So shit could go down. But we gonna segue.
2nd, baby.
Exactly.
Mania.
What is it? 28
days away. We're gonna
have to
come with not to be all over the place again, but we're gonna have to come with a live reaction podcast. We're
gonna have to do some shit. We're gonna do something special. We're gonna do something special for y'all that night.
Yep.
But to keep it moving, talking about the potential new members of the Authority, Owens, Joe. Let's get into that Joe Sami Zayn match.
Yeah.
It started off the night. I thought it was a dope way to start off the night.
Perfect.
I thought it was great. What were your thoughts on this?
I fucking love this match. Honestly, this was probably the match of the night. Like,
That was
I'm just being completely
well. It
honest.
wasn't.
Joe and Zayn.
Wait. You didn't think Goldberg Owens was matching?
Come on, son. But Roman Strowman, I put it up there too. But
Mhm.
Sami Zayn and Samoa Joe stole the fucking show, kicked the show. I mean, the main card off, the main pay per view show off with a bang. Had the crowd hot. Like, that was a really good match. And then for it to end with Sammy getting choked out, unconscious, just laying there, so fucking badass. They had dope fucking spots. I love how when Zayn went for his hell of a kick finally, Joe caught him with the move that he's been finishing dudes with, that like sidewalk slam type shit.
Yeah.
Boom,
But
picked him
see,
up.
here's what I like about that is that that's not his finisher. But he's been
Yeah,
finishing people with it sometimes. That's what I like. I like how I'm seeing more people finish people not with their finisher because it preserves that a little more.
yeah.
So I know what you're saying and I like it. Continue.
And he even teased going for the muscle buster, which is his original move, where
Exactly.
he
He
puts
still
you up.
hasn't done the muscle
But
buster. That
I
was the
don't know if
next thing
he's
I was
gonna
gonna
be
say.
able. I don't think he's gonna
Okay,
be
here's
able.
my thing. Here's my thing. I just thought of it. We also thought that they weren't gonna let Styles do the Styles Clash for a while.
You're right.
You know, it took Styles a while before he started doing it. So maybe they're just, building that anticipation for it because like AJ Styles, he's been close to putting people in position for it. Just like we saw Styles put people in position for the Styles
You're
Clash
right.
before and they break out of it because it's building that anticipation. So I kind of like that. I'm glad Graves mentioned it that he was going for the Muscle Buster because maybe people are not even aware of it because he hasn't done it yet. Graves is the perfect one to mention it because he's been following Joe through NXT.
Of course.
But
Not only
I
that,
thought
even before fucking NXT,
exactly.
they
I
even
thought
mentioned that he had a match with Joe back in the
wow,
day.
that's dope.
Yeah,
So he's felt that muscle buster too, maybe.
probably.
But I thought Joe put on a clinic. My favorite part about this match was that a lot of times we see Sami Zayn matches, and Sami Zayn does a hell of a job carrying it. Sami Zayn has a lot of offensive moves. He has a vast arsenal of offense. And one of my favorite things about this match was that he got little to no offense in at all, and that match didn't miss a beat.
Yeah,
Joe was pretty damn dominant in this match. Joe
yeah,
was showing off his arsenal. I love when he goes into that just quick hitting where it's like he'll slam you, then he'll senton you. Like it's just so
yeah,
quick. Like it's a perfect pace. He quickens the pace when he does that shit. I think that's dope. Man, his insecurities, bro. When he
yeah.
just turns and catches you as high as Zayn was sitting on the top rope
I
and
know.
Joe caught him with
That
man,
shit was
that was
dope.
awesome, bro.
Yeah, that was.
And I've seen it a billion times, and bro, it don't bother me. It hasn't gotten tiring. I love this match. It's up there for match of the night for me too. If
It
not
was.
for, to me, it's match of the night. It's competition though. Like you said, I did like Reigns and Strowman, but I really like this next match too.
Big Show.
Close.
Jinder Mahal.
Close.
His match.
We're gonna go a little opposite of the Big Show. It was the cruiserweights. The
Hey.
cruiserweight title match.
The
We
one
had
match I'll come clean I missed because I had company come over, and I had to attend to them. But they
alright,
weren't
so
here for
the
long.
Big Show match, we're gonna get into the Big Show now. Let me talk about this cruiserweight title match though.
Put me on.
Man, it was I thought it was dope. It wasn't the longest match, but it
Yeah.
was dope, bro. Neville, first of all, there was so many things I want to talk about. Neville hit, I don't know if you've seen this. Neville hit Gallagher with this vicious ass German suplex, bro.
I didn't see it.
It was vicious. We actually got a comment about that suplex too. Like Monty underscore M98 said he thought that Neville broke Gallagher's neck. That it was a quality match. Bro, it was a vicious one. Shout out to Gallagher because he took some hard bumps. There was another one where he was on the top rope and Neville kind of suplexed him off and it looked like he fell on his head again. It
Wow.
he was taking he was all right though. Like he looked like it looked hard, but he looked ultimately all right. I mean, Gallagher's throwing his head into people's chests too. So I mean,
And
yo,
fucking
some of the
headbutting the shit out of
headbutts,
people.
bruh, the headbutts he was hitting. He caught Neville with one while Neville was sitting on the top turnbuckle. It was hard, bro. I don't even know where the sound came from. He might actually be hitting people with his head. Like,
Damn.
bro, it was crazy. But
Wow.
Neville actually needed the red arrow to finish this one off.
Hey, we haven't seen
So
that.
that was dope. We got to see that. It was a dope match. You got to see that when you
I'm
get
gonna
the
watch
chance,
it for sure.
because it was up there for me for match of the night, close to that Joe and Zayn match.
Oh, okay.
Oh, also, let's not even forget this: Austin Aries,
Austin Aries. I did get to see
the
that.
greatest
And
man
his
that
whole
ever lived.
his whole package.
His big package that he was showing
He was like,
throughout the night.
they had 4 hours. My package was 4 hours long. They had to cut it down so it could fit, just so you could see my package.
This it was great. I'm watching it right now. Actually, it just started. Perfect timing. But Austin Aries, they've been showing this package for us throughout the night, and so this makes me think he's debuting soon, obviously,
Yeah.
and perhaps he's Neville's Mania opponent.
Hopefully tomorrow we get
Hopefully
some
as
more
soon as
action on
tomorrow,
that.
because exactly Michael Cole mentioned, he was like, well, what does this mean? Does this mean we'll be seeing you soon? He was like you'll see, kind of, he didn't really
Yeah.
say, but I'm thinking it's got to be as early as tomorrow.
Yeah.
So Neville probably gets on the mic, talks his shit, calls people out, nobody's there ready for him, and then Aries comes off the commentary table, does his thing. But I'm
Yeah,
really
of
excited for Double A to make
Me
his
too.
debut.
I just hope he's not wearing that fucking stupid cape.
Are you kidding? Don't come at Austin Aries.
Like, I don't know. Like, you get to the WWE and now you got a fucking cape. Like, I don't know. That's the only one thing I kind of know. Like,
Does Neville still wear his cape?
no, I don't think so.
Well, we'll see. It's interesting though, because Austin Aries I find to be a great heel, but
Yeah.
if he's gonna come in and go up against, like, the crowd loves Aries, I think. If the crowd knows Aries, most people love him. They cheer for him. So if he's gonna come up against Neville, I would think he could be a face. I do love him as a heel, but I would assume he comes in as a face to fight Neville at Mania.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. Maybe he comes in as a face, beats Neville at Mania, and then after his Neville feud, he ultimately shows his true colors and goes heel again. Who knows? But
We only got a couple more parts of the show, honestly.
Yeah.
We got this tag match, which was another one that I was actually impressed with this match. Like, Enzo,
man,
for as long as
go
he
ahead.
was in the match, I love the way he was making the club look.
Bro,
And he was real gritty, still never giving up.
He does an awesome job. The first time I ever saw Enzo and Cass was, I believe, last year at Roadblock, the first Roadblock, and they faced the Revival in an NXT title match. And Enzo does an amazing job at building that hot tag.
Yeah.
When he's dodging Gallows, on the outside of the ring, he makes it feel like he's got so far to go to get this
at one
hot
point,
tag, and he's fighting.
He jumped
and then
for the tag.
I already know what you're saying. Yep, I was
And
just
Carl
gonna
Anderson
mention it.
hit him with a fucking
Intercepts him with a knee, bro.
knee. Yo,
Vicious.
beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Beautiful.
I love that he builds it the way he does. Takes a beating, makes it look good. Definitely a great match. How did it end?
Anderson hit him with a running knee to the face when he was coming in the ring.
Okay, there was
And
a lot
then
going on, yeah.
He went to pin him, and Enzo got his foot up on the rope, and Gallows got up and smacked it away right after 3. Because Enzo and Cass ended up going outside the ring to try to take out Gallows.
Mm-hmm.
But when they dropped Gallows and went to get back in the ring, Carl Anderson took Enzo out, and Gallows got back up real quick. So it was good storytelling. I wasn't mad at it at all. They actually gave it great time too to tell the story, which they haven't done for any tag matches.
Yep, and it made, I think we came away from this match. The club looked good. Enzo and Cass looked good because now they look like, maybe they wouldn't have lost because Enzo did get his foot there. But,
Yep.
The club doing some sneakily good stuff. That's
I
that's
cannot
experience right there, knocking that foot off the rope.
I cannot talk about this match without mentioning Enzo's promo before the match, and he called them the Mr. Clean Dream Team. Fucking amazing. Enzo is the fucking man on the
I
mic,
love
and just
Enzo
for
on the
that,
mic. I love Enzo on the mic. Sometimes I said it to you. Like everything he said, like he doesn't even he has so many punchlines that they kind of just come one after the other that like a lot of times the crowd doesn't even react because they're expecting like a build up to a punchline, but everything he's kind of saying has a little punchline in it. It's
exactly.
all wordplay for Enzo. And as fans of music, fans of hip hop, fans of artists, like I'm a fan. One of my favorite rappers growing up was Lupe Fiasco.
Yeah.
And Lupe Fiasco is incredible with double entendres and wordplay. And when I listen to Enzo, he has a ton of wordplay. He likes to come at you with double entendres. A lot of times I feel like he's over people's heads.
And let's not forget, he's rocking that MMG chain from which he received from one of your favorite artists all time, Wale, who's
Wale,
another
let's get
great
it.
double entendre rapper.
Yeah, I was just actually talking about not to veer off too much, but like all these labels like MMG, like they not making as much noise. Like I remember when people were talking good music, MMG, like who got the hottest label, and now it's all kind of dead. And now the hottest thing about MMG to me is Wale and the chick that says "mama mama Maybach music." gotta love her. But to keep it moving, to keep it on the wrestling, I told you, I warned you. This is a whatever the fuck we want podcast, but mostly wrestling. So to get back to it. What else did we have? I believe we had Nia Jax and Sasha. Let's
Yeah.
get into that a little bit. You
That
like this
was
match.
shocking. Last week I said, yo, I'm going to pick Sasha just to try to give you at least a right pick, joking around. Just joking around. And I was like, but something inside me is telling me Sasha's going to win. I think we're going to see Nia take this L. And you were like, nah, there's no way. Are you serious? Is that your final pick?
Let me combat this.
And look,
because now it makes
this was
it sound
another
like
shot
I
in the
was
dark.
shitting on you.
All in all, though, I gotta say this was another shot in the dark, and I got it right. Ugh.
Okay, listen, this was coming off a Raw episode where Nia destroyed Bayley, destroyed Sasha in that tag match, and pinned Bayley absolutely clean. So for me to think that Nia was going to lose to Sasha, it was like coming off of that, I was like, no way. But we saw the 50-50 booking. It makes sense. Nia beat Sasha last time. I should have known the fact that they were giving us this match again at the very next pay-per-view, that they'd have Sasha win because they need to keep her looking all right, keep her in the mix of that fatal four-way potential match for the women's title going into Mania. So I should have seen this coming. I was wrong. Ultimately, I believe you beat me on the night again. Since we've been doing these predictions, I believe you're 3-0. I got some, but Warriors blew a 3-1 lead. So Yankees blew a 3-0 lead before to the Red Sox. So, I'm still alive. Call me Cleveland, call me Boston. I'm the underdog, but I'm still here. I'm just here
I
to
didn't
let
think
you
I
know.
was gonna do this good either, though. I just go with the flow. I follow my heart. Yo, break. We got a break-in exclusive. Goldberg's talking about becoming the Universal Champion and addressing Brock Lesnar. I don't know if you want to hear that at the moment.
Talk to me.
Let's check it out.
This is some exclusive No Politics podcast shit we about to give you. Never mind.
No, we got this.
We got it.
Yeah, I got
We
this.
got the audio. We got the audio on this.
Mm-hmm.
Monkeys in the back. We got the audio on this.
For the new Universal Champion. Talk to us about doing that in front of your family here tonight. Honored, privileged, to be able to get this opportunity 13 years removed from my retirement. I'm a man who is
Out of breath.
Never at a loss for words, but right now it's kind of overwhelming. To have my family here, it's all I ever dreamed of, is having them experience a little bit of what Goldberg used to be, and I think this helps a little bit. It's a real moment for you, and I don't know if you even thought about it.
We'll leave it at that.
I was gonna say I couldn't make out what he's saying, but he sounds tired.
He basically was saying that he's really honored to show his family and like the new WWE universe a little bit of what Goldberg used to be, and the belt helps with that.
So the same spear jackhammer.
Exactly what I said. It summed up Goldberg's career, that win in that match.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So that was cool. Nice little exclusive.
Nice little exclusive for y'all only here at the No Politics Podcast. Also on the internet somewhere else as well. I'm sure you can find that clip.
Posted exclusively by WWE. Yeah, so that's cool. But let's get back to this women's match. Like you were saying, Sasha and Nia. We could have saw the writing on the wall. And we should have known maybe Sasha would get the payback. Especially if we're going to all be intrigued with this Fatal 4 match that's being rumored for WrestleMania. You know?
Agree. I should have saw it coming. You pulled the wool over my eyes on this one. You got me thinking one way. I feel like you knew this was gonna happen. I feel like you know something lately, and because you were just I'm gonna give you this one, and I'm like wondering like why would you pick against Nia after we just saw her dominate? He was like, I'm gonna just give you this one. I'm not trusting you no more. I feel like that was a setup. You set me up.
Nah, man. I really just went with my heart.
All right. Well, what else do we have? I'm sure. I feel like we got maybe one last thing on. No,
we have the Big Show match, which we both felt like was Big Show. It seemed like it was a send off for Big Show, like if it was going to be his last match ever.
Exactly, and,
which was weird.
I was very happy that they gave Big Show this moment. If it is going to be his last,
it's not though.
At pay-per-view. But what is he? He doesn't have a singles match at Mania. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, he don't.
Maybe he'll be a part of. Maybe the New Day could do something dope for him. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, he was supposed to have his match with Shaq. That fell through.
And his contract isn't done yet, though. He still has till 2018. So
yeah, till February 2018. But
that's right before next year's Mania.
Exactly.
So he feels he might not get a Mania opportunity again.
Yeah. So who knows? Like he could still be around, but it did kind of feel like his send off. He hit 3 choke slams. Hit the KO punch.
It was pretty dope.
It was dope though. I loved it. I was really happy for him because for that to fall through, he was excited about that. Got into some of the best shape he's ever been in his life for this. He was serious about this. He wanted this, and so if this is Big Show's last pay-per-view match, it was awesome. You could maybe argue at the expense of Rusev, but I don't think this hurts Rusev any more than he's already hurt. Plus,
exactly.
It took 3 choke slams and a KO punch, so at least
put him away.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't like 1 choke slam done. It was not many people are gonna kick out of 3 choke slams and a KO punch unless your name's is Roman Reigns. So.
or John Cena maybe.
Not anymore. It's Roman's world. We're just living in it.
It's his yard.
It's Roman's yard. Exactly.
And then we also had Cesaro versus Jinder Mahal, which was actually before the Big Show Rusev.
You mean Hard Body Mahal?
I don't think we should even talk much about it because it really wasn't important.
We've been going.
It was good to see Cesaro, but hey.
Yeah, we've been going in level. We've been going into this by level of significance. Yeah, so the card is just kind of dwindled at this point.
And we're done, really. After that, we're done. We just have the Cruiserweight tag match that was actually on the kickoff show, which I got to catch. Cool. And it wasn't even a bad match, exactly.
Not at all. It was cool. I thought it was dope.
Tozawa and Rich Swann got the win. So, that's cool. The good guys get the win. Yeah, all in all, though, the show was all right, man. I'm not mad at it.
I like that. I think a lot of people, we got a lot of comments like worst pay-per-view, we got some comments that were a bit overreactionary, I would say. Is that a word? If it is, I'm going with it. There was a lot of overreaction, though, about worst pay-per-view, and I think the problem is that when you have a pay-per-view, and you don't, not that you don't pace it right, but to me, the pay-per-view was good. It was good for most of the night, leading up to the Roman Strowman match, with people had a lot of mixed opinions about, more negative than positive from what I could gather from our Instagram page and the comments there. But once that happened, and then once the main event happened, it leaves that sour taste in the audience's mouth, for the most part. You know, maybe not all audience members, but a lot of the audience is left with a sour taste in their mouth because of the way that the pay-per-view ended. Now, the rest of the pay-per-view, the lead-up, is a solid pay-per-view. But a lot of times, because of the way things end, and certain things like Goldberg winning the title or Reigns beating Strowman clean, it makes people overreact and think this was the worst pay-per-view. And I don't think it's the case. I enjoyed the pay-per-view. I would have preferred maybe a few things different, but I don't think it was the worst pay-per-view. It wasn't the best pay-per-view, but solid pay-per-view. Last one before Mania.
I agree.
Yeah, so to close out, I just want to thank everyone who participated tonight. The comments were going crazy. I was trying to keep up. I was trying to comment back to as many people as I could. At one point, I was kind of just missing matches a little bit because of it, so I had to stop commenting back. So, sorry about that, but I just want to thank all of our commenters. We had a ton tonight.
Yeah.
If we don't mention you, we're sorry, but I have a list here. Monty_M98, he comments a lot. Shout out to him. Wrestling_Triple H. Vino Truth. Cody Campbell 20. King_Tris84. Joho_1. Earn Jitsu. Ignacio J Floor _31 Diego NYC. Shout out to NYC right there.
Yeah.
Dream Chaser 540. Nash. .831. Spooningham, Devious876, Raging_Demon86, Maddie G_523, Adrian Bobby Burgess.
Bobby!
You know, we mentioned you on last week's episode. My partner here accidentally called you Bobby Burgers at some point. So if you want the nickname, roll with it. Shout out to you, Bobby Burgers. But thank you everyone for listening. Thank you for participating. It's always fun to talk wrestling with other wrestling heads.
Yep.
And continue to follow us. Continue to support us.
And let's
at
also
No Politics
continue
Podcast. Shut up, I'm not done.
The road to WrestleMania with you guys. We would love to.
I cannot stop laughing. I'm sorry. Follow us at No Politics Podcast on Instagram, on SoundCloud if you're not already, on YouTube. Come into Apple very, very, very soon.
Yes.
Because we've been putting out content. We think it's about time.
Yep.
But thank you to everyone. Follow me at Working Genius on Instagram. And let them know where they can find you, partner.
You can follow me on Instagram at Faking No Moves, FAKINNOMOVES. You can also follow me on Twitter. Follow all of our social media handles for the No Politics Podcast. All you got to do is search No Politics Podcast on SoundCloud, YouTube, Instagram. And like my partner said, thank you. Just thank you for listening. We'll continue to be with you guys weekly, talking about wrestling, and I can't wait for WrestleMania. We definitely got something planned for you guys. So, peace. Run.